So obviously today is the April 4th. Um, so I know in China they have some kind of memorial for this particular event because we all know that there is a serious situation globally in the world that's hurting a lot of people, right? So I just want to make sure you guys stay out there, keep your social distance and stay indoor whenever you can. Wash your hands. Just be very careful, drink plenty of water, liquid, keep you hydrated, all right? Now, obviously, hopefully, I know we as a race, as a human race, we are going to overcome this. It's happened before, it's happening now, and it will happen again. But let's focus on how do we deal with what's going on right now. So everybody stay out of harm's way, be safe, okay? Wash your hands. So that being said, so now, as you can see, we have a title. We talked about how the coronavirus, the COVID-19 virus, they're the same thing. What is affecting the golf industry, right? And the truth is, I think the way I look at things in life is that, yes, things will happen, okay? There's good and evil. But I think certain things happen for certain reasons. The cliche would be, if it doesn't hurt you, it makes you stronger, okay? So I do believe that the current event that's happening in the world, it is actually good for golf, okay? So again, if it never happened, still golf is such a great game. But I think in the way how we look at it, reflect back many years from now, that people say, well, you know what, that during that 2020, beginning of 2020, and then coronavirus happened, and it got a lot of people started playing golf. Let me explain to you. So, obviously, we're in the United States. This is a serious matter, and there are a lot of states that's locked down. But there are states and there are places that golf course is exempt from the lockdown. Say, for example, the course I teach, which is the St. Malo Country Club, they're still open. They let people go out there play golf, and people ride single cards, or you can walk, which is highly recommended. You can walk and keep the distance, right? Now, a couple of weeks ago, when the virus happening, I've noticed that a lot of people are off work, either working at home or they have a lot of free time. So I have noticed that when I was at the golf course, I have noticed that there are a lot more girlfriends, there are a lot more wives that's riding with the husband, the boyfriend, or friend that's in the cart, which you're not going to see that. Really, I've never seen it. It's a phenomenon. I said, wow, that's great. We got non-golfers that's coming out to just hang around, enjoy the game, watch the husband or the boyfriend play, and maybe they'll get into it, okay? And that's one thing, because the virus is changing. See, it makes non-golfers go out there, enjoy the sun, enjoy the beautiful scenery, and maybe, get a putter and putt here and there. So that's one, I think it's going to get a lot of people start to look at golf a little bit differently. And a lot of guys maybe start to enjoy playing golf with your girlfriend, your wife, right? And it could be a thing to do in the future. Because I also believe this virus is also changing, it will change the way how the world runs a little bit. We just, no one can predict exactly what the future is, but it's definitely changing. So that's one phenomenon, or something happened, or something new that I see. A lot more non-golfers, especially being, quote unquote females, ladies that get involved with playing and watching. And two, as funny as it sounds, if you all watch my channel, I always believe that the professional golf and the amateur golf doesn't mix, and there's no need, especially for the game of golf. So right now, because of coronavirus, all of this golf tournaments, professional leagues are shutting down. So in other words, you can almost say that the professionals are not playing golf. I'm sure they'll practice, they'll play, but they're not playing golf like what they play golf. So you can say that the professionals are not playing golf. But isn't that funny? Not that it's getting a lot more amateurs. And the truth is, I'm on Facebook. You know, we have a Facebook group, and please, Jason, share the link. And a lot of you
I'll share the link.
Yes,
with everyone.
Yes, so you can join our private Energy First Golf Facebook group. And all of a sudden, there are so many private groups popping up on Facebook. It never did happen before. But now there's like Simple Golf, Art of Golf, you know, just different groups. Now why is that? It's because one, you all know now people can still play golf. And golf is not stopping, but the amateur means not the pros are still playing golf every day. And so they say, man, why don't we start this group? Why don't we start this group? Why don't we start this camaraderie? You know, this great energy that we can have fun. We're going to continue to have fun. It doesn't matter, you know, when this thing going to end, but this can last forever, right? So there are a lot more Facebook groups that's popping up, and there are a lot more exchange of ideas between amateurs, that people from different corners of the continent. I mean, there are people from England, there are people from Sweden. I mean, they're all in the same group because of Facebook, because of technology. And so people are asking questions and helping each other out. And I'm obviously being the golf instruction enthusiast. I always chime in and give them advice and send them our Energy First Golf channel link, and they can check it out. Because I truly believe, again, like I say, the Energy First, Impact Later idea is going to help all of the amateurs to continuously improve and understand the correct knowledge of golf. So that it's also happening. So the pros are not playing, but the amateurs are playing. I think that's great, because really, if you really think about it, golf is actually people's game. You know, if you guys see my channel, I talked about how golf is actually like a martial arts. You know, when you talk about martial arts, the actual UFC and people who practice martial arts doesn't have to have any type of relationship. Because martial arts, if you practice martial arts, is really good for your body. And the truth is, we talked about how if you practice Energy First Golf, it's actually really good for your health, overall, your health. So you can see, you don't need the professional league, the PGA Tour, the European Tour to push this great game of golf, this sport. You don't need the pro league to push that, because everybody without the pro league, you are playing golf. That is just amazing, right? So that's the reason why I do believe this, again, of course, when everything is ended, people are going to what? Watch tour players. But take this moment, think about what I just said. You don't need to learn from pros. You don't need to shoot past par. If I say every one of you, you can shoot low 80s consistently, high 70s consistently, would you take it? Absolutely. So that's the reason why golf should never mix from amateurs to pro. And now, because this virus, it's actually showing the reality of golf, where pros are not needed, right? And also, with all the equipment, because now no one's going to the store, buy the equipment or checking out new equipment. and you're going to stick with your old golf club. You know, when I say old, a lot of you may have a golf club that's maybe like a whole set of golf club, maybe only a year or 2 year old, and you stick with it. And they're great clubs. You don't need to go out there and get the baddest, the newest, fancy driver, because what you have in your hand is great already. So which leads to what a lot of you I always talked about, there's no need for a lot of golf equipment company. There's no need. Golf is the only sport that you have so many golf equipment company. And if you look at any other sport, tennis, baseball, really any other sport, there's maybe only 1 to 3 equipment company. That's all you need. And the truth of the matter of fact, I challenge PGA Tour players. If you're hearing this message, I challenge you after the coronavirus, when the world is clear of this virus, every one of you use the same club. Now you can have a different spec, maybe a stiffer shaft or lighter shaft. You can have a different spec. But I would say go out there, play with blades. Every one of you use blades. Every one of you uses steel shaft. Everyone use same kind of head, and see if you guys can compete that way, and who is the best golfer out there. I would challenge every one of your tour players, PGA Tour players, European Tour players, to do that. All right? So that's what I see what the coronavirus is doing for the golf industry.